to talk about C# programming in a Linux environment. For today's lecture, I'm going to be running CentOS 7. Okay, I'm going to be running this in a VM. I'm actually running the Parallels on a Mac, 8-core, 32 gig Mac host, and yeah, so it runs pretty well. Okay, so C#. There's development tools. Usually you program in C# using the Mono project since it's a managed language. Okay, the Mono project has been around for quite some time. But Microsoft has a new product called Visual Studio Code. And so the object of this video is to kind of introduce you to Visual Studio Code and kind of show you how you create a little programming project. Okay, this is just a hello world example, just to kind of give you an introduction. So in order to grab a copy of Visual Studio, you go to MSDN website, go to downloads and go to Visual Studio, and then when that page loads, you got Visual Studio Code over here in the right hand column, and if you scroll down you see it says Mac OS and the Windows symbol and Linux. So click on free download, and you can see that for the Linux variants it comes in 32-bit Debian and Ubuntu, along with Red Hat, Fedora, and CentOS. Okay, and then for Mac OS X, anything greater than OS X 10.9, and then for Windows, obviously Windows 7, 8, and 10. Okay, so I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to go to that procedure. But if you're running CentOS, I guess Debian and Ubuntu work as well, but the installation was practically no effort. Once the RPM downloaded, you just double-clicked it and it installed, which is kind of nice. If you wanted to install it in some other place, I suppose you could take more control. But I've already installed it. I've got my terminal up here, and in order to launch it, so this would be tantamount to launching it the first time. Just type in code at your command line, and it pops up the Microsoft Visual Studio Code window. So I've created a projects in my home folder, in my home folder, which I call projects. Okay, so that's the window that's showing up, or that's the folder that's showing up underneath of the Explorer. So this is the Visual Studio Code window. I have a projects folder. I can create another subfolder, so I'll do that first to put project, my first project. I'll just name this one project_1. So I'm creating a new folder at this point. Now, before I get started, before you get started programming in C#, you'll probably need to install the C# extension. So I clicked. What I did was here. If I click up here, I get my Explorer windows. There's my search. Here's my Git. If you want to hook into a Git repository, debugger, and extensions, right? So there's tons of extensions. I quite frankly haven't really explored all these, but you can add Python programming. I'm just going to focus on C#. You can say add C and C++ language support. Now you're asking, for that particular case, you're going, well, why do I need all that? Well, if you want to program in a managed language, and this is, you can download obviously development tools for Linux, right? And for those Linux power users out there, you're probably scratching your head why anybody would want to program in C#. But, the promise of managed language, right, is write once, run anywhere, to a point. So, anyway, like I said, this is just an intro. So I'm just going to install it. I'm winging this. I haven't done this yet. So we'll see how it rolls. While it's, let's see, reload. Okay, so I'm going to hit that. Oh, reload. Yeah, reload the window. Okay, well, that was pretty if that's it, we'll see. So let's go back up here. That was pretty painless. So I'm going to click on my project 1 folder, and I'm going to create a new file. So when I do, I'm going to name it hello world.cs. All right, so it pulls up the That got me. Gave me this little message: updating C# dependencies, platform Linux, x86, name CentOS version 7. Oh, and so behind the scenes is doing the mono. This is mono behind the scenes. All right, so hey, learn something new. So once it updates these packages, then we'll get rolling. So this is kind of nice. It's like a wrapper for different different stuff. So we're just downloading mono. Okay. Downloading package OmniSharp. I'm not very entertaining. So it's been a while since I uploaded a video. Since the last time I did, I have been messing around with different microphones. I kind of wanted one that was a little bit more directional. I was using Audio-Technica. I'm a big fan of Audio-Technica mics. There's probably better ones out there, but they sound pretty good. So I was using an Audio-Technica 3035. Those are discontinued if I'm not mistaken, but I had bought a pair on eBay a while back to amp or microphone a guitar, right? And I could do them out of phase, so I bought a pair, right? I love the sound, and they made my voice sound pretty decent too, but I ended up going with an Audio-Technica 4053B. It's more of a directional, kind of a conversational microphone. I guess you'd call it a hypercardioid, something like that. If I could dig out the paperwork, I would know. But anyway, let me know how this video sounds compared to my other ones in the comments section. You know, and if it sucks, right, I could switch back to the other mics. But it sounds pretty good so far. Half the time I'm doing these videos, I either friggin' have a cold or a cough or something. It seems to me like the older I get, the harder it is to shake a cold. So, la da 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 da. I guess I could pause the video, but we'll see how long this goes. Oh, I guess if I started typing, I might be able to type something. We'll see what happens if I start typing. I'm on, so it shows line 1 up here, so I'm going to say using system. All right, that's generally the first thing you want to put in any C# file, right? Well, let's see. The .NET CLI tools cannot be located. .NET Core debugging will not be enabled. Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. Maybe we have to go find it in an extension. Okay. So let's see. Using system. Now, I'm going to say public class hello world. Open brace, closing brace. Okay, now I'm just going to create a main method. You know where this is going. Public static void main. Just use that default version of main. Open brace, closing brace, and then console dot writeline hello world exclamation point. Make sure we terminate that line with a semicolon. And okay, since I've never done this before, I guess maybe you press go. Go backwards, forward, go to file, go to line. No, that's not it. How do you run this bad boy? Let's see here. Close all. C#. Oh, problem. Debug console. Oh, we're not going to be able to debug. Output. Welcome. C#. Okay. Let me figure this out here. Well, regardless, the first thing we need to do is save. So we're going to go File, Save. All right, so we've saved it. So we go to Hello World. Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, that's refresh. Don't need the refresh. Okay. All right, so I saved the file. Well, let's check out these things down here. Terminal. Well, maybe that's how we do it. So let's go to CD projects 1. Of course, we don't need to do it in this console here. Oh, project 1. project _1. All right, so we're in project 1. ls. Okay, we got hello world.cs, so let's do csc star.cs, see what that does. CSC command not found. Not looking good for the home team here. Well, you know, because I'm a retard, right? All right, so it's got to be mono, right? Let me see. Mono? Star.cs. Mono command not found. Well, I'm going to have to take a look here. Let's pause the video for 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, after a little research, it seems that I need to install the .NET Core. So I got Visual Studio Core installed. Okay, this is on CentOS 7. And now I need to install .NET Core. I have installed the C# extension, so that's installed. But there's one more step, so let's go down here. I'll go up here. All right. So I guess to start off, I need to go. Let's go. So this is these instructions were found on Microsoft's website, msdn.com or microsoft.com.net. So we're going to sudo yum install libunwin and libicu, and then we're going to do a curl, then on makedir. Well, that's for the prod. Well, okay. Then we're going to extract, and then we're going to do another. Okay, so what I want to do here is I got those instructions over here. I'm just going to go step by step. Sudo yum install see what happens. Okay. Okay. Clear that screen. Now the next line. Curl. Hardest part about doing this is not screwing it up. Okay, looks like it's just sitting there. See what happens. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ah, there we go. Before the Jeopardy bell. Okay. Now, next command is make dir tech lowercase p / opt / .net and sudo tar zxf .net.tar.gz dash capital C / opt / dotnet. All right. Okay, so I am not a big Linux user, so evidently I'm making a new directory here. I don't know what the -p is, and I'm going to root opt /.net, and then I'm combining that with the sudo. Then I guess I'm gonna untar, right? Extract the archive and copy it all to that directory. So it looks like everything is spelled correctly. So let's give it a whirl. Bada bing, bada boom, we're smoking cigarettes. I guess I could go check that directory real fast. Let me pull up another console here. So /c cd /opt/.net ls. Okay, it looks like there's something in there, so I guess I'm good to go there. cd /home clear ls cd right. Projects project _1. Okay, that's back to where it was. Let's go back here. Okay, so one more command and we should be smoking cigarettes here pretty soon. All right, so sudo ln, I guess this is a symbolic link, I reckon, s/opt/.net/.net usr/local/bin. So sudo ln -small lowercase s symbolic link, I guess is what I'm making, space /opt/.net/.net space /user usr/local/bin. All right. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. So see, this is where attention to detail comes into play. I got to come back here, put a slash. There we go. Okay, that's working. Okay, now, so, and then it says, so I'm in project 1 here. So I removed the hello world file that I was working on, just so you wonder where the hell that went. So looking at the instructions some more, let's see here. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to start off this whole shebang with .NET new. So create a new. So it's populating the local package cache. Command is running, blah, blah, blah. There's some output here in my terminal. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Oh, is it doing it? No. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It made it bigger. So once this gets done, I'm going to create some code. I guess. All right, so let me create a project. Let me do a new file. So, hello world.cs. Okay, so using system space and then public class hello world open brace closing brace, and I'm just going to create, like I said, a main method, public void main open brace closing brace and console.writeLine. Attention to detail. Hello world. Terminate the line with a semicolon. Now save it. I guess I could use that shortcut for that too. Now I need to do a .NET restore. And I guess I have no idea if this will work. Ah, okay, so it did. Alrighty. So, quite frankly, that seems like a pain in the balls. All right, let's see here. All right, so see what I did there? Okay, so what I did was I installed C# Visual Studio Code from Microsoft, MSDN. To recap, well, I guess let me start that way. To recap, running CentOS. Okay, I'm running CentOS. I wanted to do some Visual Studio or C# programming on CentOS. I know I should probably go shoot myself, but that's what I wanted to do. Okay, then I downloaded Visual Studio Code from MSDN. Make sure you download the right variant for your Linux distribution, okay, or the right version for your Linux distribution. And then installed the .NET or C# extension. This still is required, so you have to do this anyway, right? And then what I did was I had to go back and follow the instructions on Microsoft's website. Let me pull those over here just so you can see them. So I had to do these: sudo yum install lib unwind and libiuc, and then I had to do the curl command to download this tar.gz, this archive. And then I had to do a make directory and copy the archive and unzip it to that directory. And then I had to do a symbolic link, making sure I didn't dork up the friggin' path here, right? And then once I did that, I just changed directory, to my projects folder. In this particular case, it was in project 1, right up here, right? I created the C# source file, but before I did that, there's you have to initialize some stuff. So you do .NET new. So what does .NET new do for us, right? I guess that's a gazillion-dollar question. So let's go to, well, we're in this directory, so let's just do a dir. Well, let's don't, yeah, I guess that worked. Shit. All right, so we got the .NET tarz. I guess that we downloaded it from program.cs and JSON. Hello ls. Let's do that. Program.cs. Oh, what is this? If that's hello world.cs, what the heck is program.cs? This is killing me here. Okay, extend CS. Okay, at this point, I'm wondering. So, what if we do a CAT? Oops, do a CAT program.cs. I guess it converts my hello world.cs to program.cs. Okay, well, hey, it worked. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Call me dumb. All right, so once I created the source file, typed it in, I did .NET restore and then .NET run, and magic happened. Got to figure out what the magic was, and bam, we're running, right? I don't like a lot of magic, quite honestly. I need to go back and figure out exactly what in hay is going on. All right. But I created this hello world.cs file in that project folder, and then I guess, oh no, that's not my friggin' program. So what in the friggin' hell? So it created a program. So that's not, oh, I see what's going on. That's not my program. This is main with the string args. I did not write that. You see that right there? That's the problem with hello world, right? What if I wrote up here, fuck you, asshole? I'm sorry. Okay, that's negative. Screw you. Okay. Control save. Now I guess I'd have to go back here and go .NET restore. and then dot run. This is hello world. Oh, okay. So let's open up this JSON file here. Oh, sorry. What I need to do here is refresh. Let's do this. Refresh. All right, that's not working. That's looking like a bad. Oh, let me refresh that. Oh, got hello world. What is going on here? God, man, I'm getting too old. LS. I'm in project 1. I think I'm in project 1. Projects. Project 1. There's my real. What? What the? CD space. Let's go up one directory. CD space. Up one directory. LS. CD. Project _1. And then dir. LS. LS. Oh, so let's do .NET restore. Where in the bloody freaking hell? All right, I'm going to pause this video again. Okay. What I did was I deleted my projects _1 folder. I'm going to recreate that. Let's do this. Projects _1. Oh, sometimes, Grasshopper, you can fight without fighting. So projects 1 now in project. So I'm sorry. Let's delete that. Delete. I want new folder, project 1 _1. All right. So now this shouldn't be valid. So CD. So project CD project _1. Now let's do. There's nothing there. So .NET new. .NET new. Let's just hit return. Now if we expand projects, we see that it gave us 2 files, program and project JSON, right? So if we click on program, it gave us like a hello world program. All right. So I think what I want to do is we want to take a look at this JSON file, right? So this JSON file is our project file. So it's dependencies, frameworks, core 1, version 1. So now let's just run that. So I guess the best way, like when you're first learning, even with Visual Studio, right? The best way to learn is create just the default project and run it before you start dorking around with it, right? I totally didn't go that route. Okay, so now that's kind of what we've done. So to do the C# programming, the very first thing you need to do is, let's pull up these instructions again. Once you've got everything installed, the .NET Core and Visual Studio Core, is to create your project directory, right? Change to it. Say .NET new. Okay, and then once you're done, .NET restore, right? And then .NET run. So .NET new, .NET restore, .NET run. So let's work within those parameters here. So obviously if I make a change to program.cs, okay, like well, before we get going, like I said, let's just run this one. So hello world. So we did .NET new. Now .NET restore. Restoring packages. All right. And .NET .NET Run. All right, so that's where it creates your bin, right? So here we have a project 1 DLL. We have a couple other files, the PDB, the debug file, and it's in the bin debug .NET Core 1.1 output. Okay, and then objective. We got some stuff over here. All right, so now it's compiling. So we go to this JSON here, and what I'm looking for is like where it's calling entry point true, version, build options, debug type, portable, dependencies, type, version, imports. So I'm not seeing where when we type .NET Run where it just calls that project. So all right, so here we go. .NET Core version 1, runtime target, native, Microsoft package. Those are all the packages. Okay, system runtime loader. God, the more they make this stuff, the more complicated they make it. Okay. Wow, that's a big file, man. Really? You're killing me. All right. Let's scroll down. Oh, something tells me what I'm looking for is not in here. All right, let me pause the video one more time. I had to go rooting around. Maybe I'll have the final answer. Okay, so what I've done was I changed the name. So I went into this program. I couldn't find where it was specifically calling a compile on program.cs. So I changed the name of program.cs to hello world.cs. And I changed the name. So I went in and edited that, right? To hello world is my class name. So I left namespace, console application, using system, and then changed the version of the main method, and then console.writeline hello world. And just to make sure, I'm gonna go dash dash y you beautiful big blue marble. All right, Control S for save. Now I'm going to come down here to the terminal, and I'm going to go .NET restore. Lock file has not changed, restoring packages. Okay, so now I'm going to go .NET run. See what happens. Okay, well, so evidently, I guess it's just looking maybe the way and I have to figure this out, right? Quite frankly, I don't know the answer to this question because I'm looking for like where, like what this .NET run or what .NET restore is doing or the .NET run is doing. Is it looking for, hey, this is the console app and it's just whatever source file in here is, you know, if it's got the main method, it's calling it? Because that seems to be, that looks like the symptom of what I'm seeing. So anyway, to recap, download, if you want to do C# programming on Linux, right? At this point, there's probably easier ways to do it. But I'm not going to judge yet because I need to get more into the Visual Studio Code. It looks like it's pretty cool. There's lots of neat things like, you know, you can create multiple windows and, you know, split up your coding and compare. But there's a little procedure you got to follow to get the project started. And then you can go in and, you know, fiddle around with these. If I added another file, the question would be, how, you know, is it just figuring out the dependencies? How does it know that I'm adding another file? And perhaps that's a video for a later date. All right, so anyway, once again, download Visual Studio Code, then make sure you install the .NET Core for your particular Linux distribution. Follow the, and what I'll do, I guess, I'll provide a link for the Linux instructions down below. All right. And then make sure that you initialize some code. Okay. and then you do a .NET new, .NET restore, .NET run, okay, after you've installed the preliminaries. Okay. Evidently you can do this for the Mac, and I'm wondering why would you want to do that? But you might want to do that. Okay, alrighty, that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. In order to get things to run, I had to go to about 5 different resources to get the right scoop, and finally I pulled it all together. But I'm going to play around with it. It looks like it's interesting. Looks like it could, and you know, especially with all these different extensions, right? There's all these different extensions. These are the ones that are installed. So let's do this. Show me the ones. Show recommended extensions, right? So there's a lot of extensions available for Visual Studio, right? So it's got Mono Debug. I might put that one in there. Theme Kit for Visual Studio optimized for Markdown. I have no idea what that is. All right. So anyway, there's more extensions than this. Show installed, outdated, disabled, workplace, show popular extensions. There we go. There's a whole bunch of extensions, right? So looks like there's all kinds of neat stuff to do. I always wanted to learn Python, so I might install the Python. But that's it. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. And like I said, hope this video helped. Let me know how the new microphone sounds. Thank you very much.